These are my 10 words. Okay. So we begin this story with a very poor miller who unfortunately has to go speak to the king. And in order to make himself seem more important, the miller says, "Oh, I have a daughter who can spin straw into gold." The king is very pleased because he loves gold. So he says, "Bring your daughter tomorrow to the palace and we'll put her to the test." So the following day comes around and the king puts the daughter into a big room full of straw and a wheel and says, "Spin the straw into gold for me or else she'll die." And so the king leaves and locks the door. The daughter begins to sob because she doesn't know how. But thankfully, a little man comes in and says, "Oh, I know how, and I can do it for you, as long as you give me a gift." And so the daughter gives him a necklace, and the entire night, the little man is just spinning that straw into gold for her. The following day, the king is very pleased with the amount of gold he's seen, and asks the daughter to do it again. Then that night again, she's crying and sobbing, and the whole cycle repeats for a couple days. She cries and sobs because she doesn't know how to spin the straw into gold. The little man comes in, consoles her, gets a gift from her, and does it for her. Well, one day, the king tells her, "Spin this straw into gold for me, and you'll become my wife." When the little man comes in, he says, "What do you have for me so I can do it for you?" She says, "I have nothing left to give you. He's about to marry me, and I've lost all my love." The little man says, "Oh, I can do it for you, as long as under one condition. When you get married and have a kid, you give me your firstborn child." So fast forward about a year, the little man eventually does do the job, and the daughter and the king eventually get married and have a kid. The little man comes back to the palace and says, "Hey, I'm here to collect the child." And she says, "Oh, I can't do it. I've grown very attached to this kid." And the little man says, "Okay, I'll let you keep her under one condition. You guess my name." So the woman begins to guess all these random different names until one day she overhears his name, Rumpelstiltskin, and tells him and is eventually able to keep her daughter.